How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are keeping it tight today with some more Knocked Loose. See what I did there? This is Slaughterhouse 2, the sequel to Slaughterhouse 1, which I've not actually heard, but maybe my journey through the Knocked Loose discography will take me there eventually. This is featuring Chris Motionless from Motionless and White, which is another band I should get into. I've heard they're very good. I've heard one song from them, but I've heard a lot of their music is very good. So this is Slaughterhouse 2 featuring Chris Motionless. Drop a like if you enjoyed this reaction. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And let's go. Ooh.
Break down the wall again!
Ooh. Oh, they got that St. Angus snap.
Time passes, but side to side. So many nights that never resides.
Oh, God.
Represented by loveless lies. There must be someone who has so much space. You tell everyone
Dude, that is a pitch.
like you still care. Your father's work, but running like it's our sister. Lights high, but I can't let it go now. Let the walls be first. I tried, but
Oh, I love that so much.
you won't survive. Let it go. I can't let it go.
Oh, shit. Love that transition there. What the fuck? Holy shit. That is such a killer groove right there. Oh, I love that so much.
Oh my God.
Sludgy. Oh, that's filthy. That is filthy. That is just, there's no, like, notes and pitch become a second thought. It's just, it's so filthy. Oh, yes. Oh, you end the song with that. Oh my God. Dude, you just end the song with a blech. Oh, that was dirty. You dirty bastards. Holy shit, that was so good. So heavy. I didn't even know where they were going. There was a hook for sure, because the riff came back, that whole stanza came back. But for the most part, like, I had no idea where they were going with that. Like, there were so many shifts in, rhythm and tempo and everything, and then they just brought it all down. Like I said, notes and pitch go out the window when you tune your guitar that low. After that, it just becomes about the filth, right? You have that sound, and you just let that breathe, basically. It's very, I want to say the word industrial, though industrial is a genre of music. This wasn't that, but just the sound, it sounded like they were using like iron pipes or, drums, like actual oil drums for their drums, and the guitars just sounded like razor wire. Like, that's the visual I was getting. That's how filthy this was. It was industrial, right? That's kind of what I was getting from that, musically at least. And then, yeah, just the little cherry on top with the black at the end. Oh, so good, so good. But yeah, I want to dive into lyrics. Although now, before I do dive into lyrics and we start the whole analysis, or at least opinion piece, this is Slaughterhouse 2. This is the sequel to a song I've never heard. So if there's any like callbacks or references, I'm not gonna get them, but I'm just gonna take these lyrics at face value and see what I think. Right, basically that's what I'm doing. Anyway, let's go. All right, so Chris Motionless kicks off the song, Break Down the Wall Again. And then Brian Garris of Knock Loose takes it off there. Time passes, I stay the same. Too many nights spent gathering change. Represented by wealth misplaced, it must be so hard to have so much space. That's deep. Time passes, but I stay the same. So, okay, the world is moving around me. Right? Too many nights spent gathering change. That could be a double meaning there. Too many nights spent gathering change, because the next line is like represented by wealth misplaced. So wealth, yes, we think wealth, money, right? But wealth is the value of something, right? So gathering change could be too many nights spent gathering change. So he's worried too much about changing things about himself, changing things about the world around him, right? Represented by wealth misplaced. He's put his wealth in the wrong place. Like, he's put too much value in the wrong things. And he's like trying to gather change, but also the visual of like gathering change, money, like bits and bobs, basically. And he spent too much time doing that, and the world has just passed him by, right? It must be so hard to have so much space. You tower above, pretending like you still can. Now, okay, we've changed perspectives here. So in the first verse, he says, time passes, I stay the same, too many nights spent gathering change. But then in the pre-chorus, he's talking to someone by saying, you tower above, pretending like you still care, your father's work paraded like it's yours to share. Now, like I said, if this is like a reference to anything that's happened in Slaughterhouse 1, I have no idea. But just a general assessment of this lyric. You tower above, so you think like you're holier than thou, pretending like you still care. Your father's work paraded like it's yours to share. So you inherited, right? It draws up the visual of these, entitled, spoiled people who basically take advantage of their generational wealth. Like, they haven't worked a day in their life to have what they have. It's just passed down from them, from their fathers, mothers, whatever, whoever's done the actual work to build that life, and then pass it on to their kids. And then the kids act like, oh yeah, this all belongs to me and I'm going to use it as much as I want to, so that is the visual I'm getting here. Your father's work paraded like it's yours to share, right? And then the chorus, I tried, but I can't let it go now. Let the roles reverse. Oh, okay. So that basically like, Brian's saying one line, Chris is saying the other, and then they both come in. I tried, but I can't let it go now. Let the roles reverse. I tried, but I can't let it go now. You won't survive. So the name of the song is Slaughterhouse, right? So I'm guessing Slaughterhouse is not just one place. It's life in general. You won't survive in this life. So basically, this is like someone telling a second person, you have been handed too much on a silver platter. You won't survive in the real world. You won't survive in the asylum where they raised me. Isn't that the thing? Right? That's the trend. That's the thing on Twitter now. Anyway, let it go. I can't let it go. Moments of impulsion are eternally hushed. All right, we've trained our demons to sit idly by, watching them prosper off another man's work, hoarding our rations while we starve through the night. Ooh, that's deep. Okay, moments of impulsion are internally hushed. So, yeah, everyone has intrusive thoughts. Everyone has impulses. Everyone has like moments where they want to do something that may not benefit them. So they're trying to like, okay, moments of impulsion are internally hushed. I'm trying to keep my feelings and my impulses under control. We've trained our demons to sit idly by. So yeah, I'm fighting my demons. I have all these demons from the life that I've lived, but I've trained them to sit idly by, just wait, right? Watching them prosper. Again, them is the people who've inherited wealth and who inherited from the previous generation and are parading it like it's theirs. Watching them prosper off another man's work, the other man being the previous generation, hoarding our rations while we starve through the night. Now that invokes a different visual altogether, and it may call back to the previous, like to Slaughterhouse 1. So I don't know what the narrative there is, but hoarding our rations while we starve through the night. So there are people who are quite literally starving, and you have the rich and the entitled and the elite who basically use their money and wealth and positions of power to hoard all of this shit while people are starving and dying, right? That's kind of the idea behind that, I guess. Force-fed, Brian Garris, Christian, Drew Falk? Who's Drew Falk? Falk? I don't know who that is. Is it someone in? I don't know these people's names. Yeah, anyway, force-fed the lies, eye for an eye. Right, I try, but I can't let it go now that the roles reverse. You won't survive. Break down the walls again. And then the final thing is, no longer will I suffer, not satisfied with your scraps. A total war driven by the lower class. Another notch in a system flawed. One mutilation under God. Ooh, that is a cold ass line. One mutilation under God. Okay, so all right. With this particular stanza, fine. The image is clear in my head. This is about the divide between classes, or a societal divide, right? Where the elite versus the lower class. That's who we're talking about. That is the two people that are visualized here. But the last line is basically the calm before the storm, before the revolution kicks off, basically, and the lower classes had enough, and we are going to incite full-on revolution. No longer will I suffer, not satisfied with your scraps, a total war driven by the lower class, another notch in a system flawed, one mutilation under God. You won't survive in the slaughterhouse. Blech. I love that you can lyricize blech. Because I mean, that's a total emotion, right? Yes, it's heard in most death metal and metalcore, and like before a breakdown or something. It rarely ends a song. It's usually like before a breakdown or in the middle of a breakdown, it builds to something, but this ends the song. So I feel like they've added it at the end because that is literally the lower class spitting on the elite. Like, you people deserve death and we are going to give it to you. Blech. Or like vomiting their broken promises, basically. That I love that. That's great. You won't survive in the slaughterhouse. So the slaughterhouse now is less about it being life in general and more about the world that the lower class is going to carve out for themselves in this revolution, so to speak. And the elite will not survive in that world. That is the slaughterhouse. Ooh, I love that. I love that so much. Although I do want to go back and listen to Slaughterhouse 1. Right? That's the next logical step, I think. We're going backwards, but hey, it is what it is. You start somewhere. But anyway, that was Slaughterhouse 2. Let me know what you guys thought of the reaction in the comments down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like I said. That is going to do it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.